Shalom. I'll start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone for teaching me this truth. And Shalom to the hopeful elect on the highways and byways pushing the truth. It's your brother Rabbi Nap coming out with another lesson. Lord willing, it's edifying. It's a little rainy out, but we're going to get this word out anyway. All right. Get it on my phone so my pages don't stick. But it's all good, man. Another day, the Lord, the water Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai for allowing me to come out here and do another lesson. Giving me the life to come out here and push this word to the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay? Lord willing, you receive it. Lord willing, it's edifying. Lord willing, this video gets to who it needs to get to. Okay, if you didn't know, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the children of Israel, okay? And y'all are the only nation that can repent and would need to do so before the end comes, okay? Before the day of the Lord comes, because he's going to destroy this place, okay? And he's going to have a second salvation, just like he did in Egypt, he's going to do here in Babylon, okay? If you didn't know America's Babylon, it is, okay? You could Google it. You can Google the daughter of Babylon. Go into the prophecies and see when the Lord was going to come back, okay? This is that sinful kingdom, all right? Hold on. Let me get to where I want to go. I want to start off with Salaki. 77. Start off in the book of Zephaniah, chapter 1 and verse number 10. Oh, actually, hold on. Zephaniah 1 and 10. And it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, that there shall be the noise of a cry from the fish gate, and a howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills. Okay, now this is talking about Fish Gate. A fish gate is a place where the merchants would come together and they would trade, okay? And that modern day fish gate is like the New York Stock Exchange, okay? And so that's what people used to do. They used to bring and trade at the fish gate. I got this precept. I was just reading about it. It's in the NIV. Actually, did I lose it? Got it right here. Okay, this is it's the book of Nehemiah, chapter 13, and verse number, I'll start at 14. This is in the NIV. Remember me for this, my power, and do not blot out what I have so faithfully done for the house of my power and its services. Okay, Nehemiah was in charge of building the wall in Jerusalem after the Babylonians burnt everything down, okay? Years later, he went back to go rebuild the wall, okay? Verse 15, in those days I saw people in Judah treading wine presses on the Sabbath and bringing in grain and loading it on donkeys, together with wine, grapes, figs, and all other kinds of loads. And they were bringing all this into Jerusalem on the Sabbath. Therefore, I warned them against selling food on that day. People from Tyre, which is those Hamites, those Africans who lived in Jerusalem, were bringing in fish and all kinds of merchandise and selling them in Jerusalem on the Sabbath day to the people of Judah. I rebuked the nobles of Judah and said to them, what is this wicked thing you are doing, desecrating the Sabbath day? Didn't your ancestors do the same things, so that our power brought all this calamity on us and on this city? Now you are stirring up more wrath against Israel by desecrating the Sabbath. When evening shadows fell on the gates of Jerusalem before the Sabbath, I ordered the doors to be shut and not open until the Sabbath was over. I stationed some of my own men at the gates so that no load could be brought in on the Sabbath day. Once or twice the merchants and sellers of all kinds of goods spent the night outside Jerusalem, but I warned them and said, why do you spend the night by the wall? If you do this again, I will arrest you. From that time on, they no longer came on the Sabbath. Then I commanded the Levites to purify themselves and go and guard the gates in order to keep the Sabbath day holy. Remember me for this also, my power, and show mercy to me according to your great love. So they were rebuilding the fish gates, you know, and they couldn't wait to start bustling and hustling, okay? But the Nehemiah had to put an end to that, man, and remind them that this place got destroyed because of our transgressions against the law, okay? So we got to remember this, okay? We got to remember this, that we can't transgress the laws, all right? Back in Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 11, how ye inhabitants of Maktesh. Maktesh is that, like I said, is that New York Stock Exchange. That's where the fish gate is here in America, okay? The New York Stock Exchange. For all the merchant people are cut down, and they that bear silver are cut off. Yeah, there's gonna be another stock market crash, okay? When they convert the money into a digital system, okay? Now Esau's probably gonna have some type of large event happen, or what do they call it, a black swan event, you know, that'll get everybody in line with his agenda. All right, so these things you got to keep your eye open for. It could be anything. It could be an attack, a terrorist attack. It could be anything. Okay, another pandemic. It could be anything, man. There's a lot of things that he got on the table that he can use in order to bring in this his agenda. Okay, and I'm saying that because a lot of our people. I'm at Bank of America right now. Okay, a lot of people are relying on Edom's, you know, I'm by, you know, Bank of America, the drive-through. But a lot of people are relying on this system to never fail, but it kind of failed in 2020. You saw the stock market crash, okay? That's that howling that's the howling, okay? Because they seeing everything go down, and a lot of businesses got lost, a lot of small businesses. And he's setting up this next stock market crash, okay? Like that's why you see 100 Dollar Trees going out of business, you know, 200 Walmarts going out of business, you know. He got all of these things going out of business so he can implement that agenda, okay, which is that MOTB, the marketed beast, okay, that RFID microchip that he's gonna have y'all willingly take, all right? So we got to be aware of these things, and we got to make sure we storing up the right riches, because you ain't preparing yourself for what's to come, man. You're going to get destroyed, okay? You got the wrong investment, okay? You might have your money in a 401k. That's connected to the New York, the stock exchange. If that crash, your money crash, what you going to do when you don't have any money to spend, okay? What are you going to do then, all right? And that's what I'm getting into today, because you know, our people are lost for a lack of knowledge. Hosea 4:6. All right? They don't have that knowledge. That knowledge is the true treasure. That knowledge is that gold, that silver, those precious stones, man. All right? Because when shit hits the fan, you're going to think, okay, gold and silver ain't going to save you. All right? And you might still get that stolen away from you. All right? As a matter of fact, let's jump over to Proverbs. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 8 and verse 8. All the words of my mouth are in righteousness. There is nothing froward or perverse in them. Yeah, the Lord ain't telling you lies, man. He didn't have this book inspirationally written so you don't so you can go off, okay? It took much labor to write this book, okay? It's 66 books, and they're written from different prophets, okay? All from the different tribes of Israel, all right? Written for the elect of Israel so they can wake up in the last days, all right? Proverbs 8 and 9. They are all plain to him that understandeth, and right to them that find knowledge. Yeah, anyone, it's plain to those who have understanding, okay? Talking about the brothers on the highways and byways teaching you this truth. They're making it plain upon tables, okay? So you can run who readeth it, okay? I ran when I had the word. That's why I'm out teaching the word, Because I heard it, I had to take it, I had to increase my learning so I can come out and share it with the rest. Because the elect got to be sealed in the last days, and then the destruction's gonna come. Okay. Salakia. Proverbs 8:10, receive my instruction and not silver, and knowledge rather than choice gold. Yeah, this knowledge is better than gold. It's better than silver, okay? Because what you gonna do with gold and silver coins when there's nothing out here, man? You ain't got a store to go exchange it. And plus the system's not even built on a gold standard. So what are you gonna do with that? You're just gonna have a bunch of coins weighing you down as you trying to travel, okay? You don't need that, man. You need this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Heavenly Father and His commandments and His will, so you can know how to move in this time that's coming, okay? Because you ain't going to be protected if the Lord ain't dealing with you. And why would the Lord be dealing with you if you weren't never doing His work? Now, I'm not saying some people who didn't come, they're going to come into the truth very late in the game, and they're going to have salvation, okay? But that's only because they're Israel, okay? And He going to have mercy on who He's going to have mercy on. But the majority of you, which is 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, y'all gonna get burnt, man. Y'all gonna get burnt. You're gonna get the chip, all right? You're gonna get chopped up, like that, like those two Dominican dudes in Dominican Republic. I believe it was. Dude chopped his hand off. The other one chopped him right in his head. That's just gonna be happening. That's gonna be a normal thing. And they're gonna do that over bread. They're doing it while stores are still open, and they're over here fighting each other with machetes, okay? So imagine how much more calamities are gonna happen when there's no stores open, okay? It's gonna get horrible out here, just like it was in Babylon with the besiegement, just like it was in 70 AD. You were trying to escape, the Romans were cutting your stomachs open because y'all thought y'all can have that silver and gold. Some of y'all were eating it. They were opening your stomach and taking your gold and your riches, okay? What did that profit you? It didn't profit you nothing, okay? As a matter of fact, it got you put to death, all right? Proverbs 8:11, for wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may be desired are not to be compared to it. You can't compare this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding from the Most High to metal, okay? To rock, to minerals, okay? It's much more valuable than that, okay? If you had the understanding that the stock market was gonna crash tomorrow, you would know to take your money out, okay? Just like those insider traders did during the COVID thing. They had that inside information. This is that inside information, okay? You can bet your life on it. You can bet your salvation on it, okay? Because you can't trade if you're dead, you can't, okay? There's no profit to being put to death, all right? And you can't serve the Lord in the grave, all right? So we got to get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. We got brothers on the highways and byways pushing this word, trying to give you the game for free. We ain't charging you like Esau. You ain't got to go to my school. You ain't got to listen to Robert, Robert Kiyosaki, okay? He's the author of the book called Rich and Poor Dad, okay? He's telling people, hey, you know, the system's about to crash. But his advice is you need to have gold and silver coins. You need to stock up on bullets and guns, okay, and Bitcoin, okay? None of that's gonna save you, man. Even if you got all the bullets, all right? Who's to say you ain't still gonna get your ass shot, man? All right? That's not gonna profit you, man. Because if the Lord ain't dealing with you, it don't matter how many bullets you got, how much food you got stored, and how many gold and silver coins you got stored in your basement, okay? Or in the ground somewhere. Okay, I believe his name is Robert Kiyosaki. Something like that. But he wrote the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, which was a really good book. I read it. But that book, that was just a pastime, because if you don't know the prophecies, you're gonna look at that as good insider information. He'll sit there and tell you that one thing I do agree with him. He says the gold and the silver is God's money, and that it is God's money. But his real money is this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Okay, he traded in a whole spiritual currency that you can't get by the work of your hands. Okay, and you ain't gonna be able to trade for the knowledge that you need in order to survive in those times. During that time, okay, you ain't gonna be like, hey, can you teach me about this, and now I'll pay you 30. You know, I got, you know, I got some silver in my pocket, man. Nah, we ain't even gonna want to talk to you in that day. All right? When that famine of the word comes, it's a wrap, all right? The book of Isaiah, hold on. Grab this, what is it? Isaiah. Right. Book of Isaiah, chapter 36, and verse 6. Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh king of Egypt to all that trust in him. Yeah, you trusting in this system, okay? You trusting, you leaning on your 401k, you leaning on your money that's in the bank. Well, that money's gonna pierce you in your hand literally with this MOTB, because in order to keep it, you're gonna have to put your salvation on the line, okay? All right, and that broken reed, which is this system, is gonna pierce you. Okay, you might have a big ass house in the suburbs. You might be driving a Cadillac Escalade right now, and you're not gonna want to lose those things. Okay, you're not gonna want to lose your beautiful wife who's telling you to go get the chip so we can eat. Okay, you're not gonna lose those things, and those things are gonna be the reason why you get pierced in your right hand or in your forehead. They might just put you through the worst surgery ever and put a Neuralink in your head. You think Elon Musk is gonna put a Neuralink in your head so you can play chess and checkers on a computer screen? No, he's gonna use that so he can control you, so he can do his will. All right? So don't trust in this broken reed. All right? I got a precept. Let me jump over to 1 Timothy. Actually, let me just grab out my phone. Let's grab it out my phone. This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 6 and verse 10. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. Yeah, piercing yourself through with many sorrows, because when you get that MOTB, that also comes with that cancerous sore, okay? So I hope you like cancer, man. As a matter of fact, I hope you love cancer, okay? And getting this money is preventing you from building up your faith, because you're putting more trust in this system, which is lacking faith in the spirit, okay? Because you're putting more of your time chasing after these riches, chasing after these women, all right? That ain't none of that's gonna profit you. Esau got all the women, man. The so-called white man, he got all of them. He even got your wife. That's why she got jabbed up. Okay, that's why she disrespects you and goes to work every day, ready to do her work. But when it comes to you, she ain't doing it. Okay? So Esau already got them. These women have been destroyed. They don't know who they are. Okay, they calling themselves something else. They praying to the image of Esau, and you think she's bowing down. She's giving her full allegiance to this system. All right, and you trusting in her and hoping, trying to keep her happy. Now you need to cleave to the Lord. All right. And that's what the elect are doing, okay? They're cleaving to the Lord. They ain't worried about their women or no one else. Hopefully the Lord have mercy on them, because we all got to get our salvation on our own, all right? 1 Timothy 6 and 10, for the love of money is the root of all evil. Yeah, money's not evil, okay? It's the love of money, okay? And that's what a lot of our people have. Everybody want to go chase the bag, all right? As a matter of fact, what Haggai say? Let me jump over there to the book of Haggai. Haggai 1 and 6. It's the book of Haggai, chapter 1 and 6. Ye have sown much and bringing little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes. So you chasing a bag that got holes in it. You getting all this money, and it's just it's not enough. So you got to keep chasing more and more and more. Okay, that's the deception of this devil. Okay, that's the same thing that Pharaoh did to the Israelites. He put hell on them. He told them to make the brick by themselves. He wasn't bringing them the stuff they needed. Okay, because they let me see, should I grab that? I can't think of the precept, but basically he was putting hell on the Israelites because they wanted to go serve the Lord. He was like, nah, I'm going to make them work twice as hard so they don't have to think about the Lord. And that's what Esau did. Esau got everybody working twice as hard so they ain't worried about the Lord. They're worried about their bills. They're worried about their kids' college fund, their 401ks, okay? That's not going to profit you nothing, all right? Jump back to Proverbs. Let's go to Proverbs. Where am I going? Proverbs 11. You know what? Yeah, this is the book of Proverbs 11:4. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. Okay? Yeah, righteousness is gonna deliver you from death. That's the only currency that's worth anything. What's your relationship with the Lord? Okay? How righteous are you? Should he even attempt to even show you grace? Or should he just put you to death? Okay? And that righteousness is what we're trying to store up, all right? We're trying to build that relationship with the Lord so he knows that you're one of his children, okay? He knows that you're one of the elect, all right? Matter of fact, is that it on that? I'll keep going. Proverbs 11:5, the righteousness of the perfect shall direct his way, but the wicked shall fall by his own wickedness. Okay? Exactly. The wicked gonna fall by their own wickedness. All right? Because they ain't doing righteousness. Righteousness and wickedness, there's no, that's like water and oil. Okay? You want to make sure you clean for the Lord. You got to have the right garment on for this wedding that's gonna happen when the Lord comes back. Okay? Because he's the bride and the elect are the groom. Okay? We waiting for that marriage so we can get in the chariot. Okay, what's that? Isaiah 26:20. Enter ye into the chamber. Okay. You got to make sure you cover with the blood of Yahweh Shah, not the blood of Jesus. Jesus ain't died for you. You think the so-called white man died for you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans? Are you stupid? No, he murdered all your people. This whole land was created, was found by the Israelites. All right? And now the Native Americans, a lot of them died. All right? They rather get burnt to death before they follow that devil you worship today, which is an idol, by the way. Okay? Let's keep going. Let's go to Isaiah. So you gotta know the times, especially if you were so-called, if you were Israelite man. Okay? Because this is for the elect men. You should be teaching your wife. All right? You ain't supposed to be bringing your wife to another man to teach her anything. You're her salvation. You're the head of the house. It's the book of Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure, okay? The fear of the Lord is his treasure, man. It's a treasure. It's a blessing. It's a gift, all right? You can't be compared to rubies, gold, and silver, but because it's not physical, okay? That's why it can't be compared. It's a spiritual gift, all right? And that wisdom and knowledge is going to be your stability. A lot of people going to be going crazy out here because they don't have that fear of the Lord on them, okay? They don't got that knowledge inside of them, okay? They've been moving with this world the whole way, so if the world tells you to go crazy, they're going to go crazy with the world. We're going to be doing the opposite. Everything you believe in, I probably believe the opposite of that. I don't trust nothing this devil tells me, okay? If he tells me there's $1 million in my right pocket, I'm not going to check it, all right? It's that simple. He's the devil. He's a liar. And as long as he can make you believe one lie, he can make you believe another one later on. It says a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump, okay? And he hit y'all are leaven, y'all are a lump, okay, of lies, okay? And that's how y'all walk, all right? So this wisdom and knowledge is going to be the stability of the times. Not money's not going to make you stable. Stability goes into being stable, okay? You ain't going to have any stability with Federal Reserve notes. Don't you know what a fiat currency is? fiat doesn't really sustain. When money is detached from something that's valuable, it's going to eventually be destroyed, okay? A fiat currency, that's what it's created to do. It's created to destroy that nation. I believe back in the Roman times, they instead of using the coins, they started using, they were mixing up the metals and the coins. I forgot what they used to put in the money. But basically that inflation, it made the currency it made it irrelevant. So there was no point of even storing up that money. That there was no use to it. Okay, and things outweigh way more than what the currency was even valued at. Okay, and that same thing is happening now with your dollar. Okay, back in the day, the dollar was worth a lot more. I mean, that's why Esau was going around scalping you Native Americans for that $5. That was enough money to buy and get him some land, get a couple scalps, you know. He probably scalped you and bought 50, 60 acres of land just with your head, okay? All right. Let's go to the book of Ecclesiastes. Pull out my phone. Pages are flipping around everywhere. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth. Yeah, remember the creator in the days of your youth. You're supposed to be bringing your children up in the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Lord. Not just kicking them out the house, sending them to grade school, okay, so they can molest your kids, all right? Because a lot of those teachers that they only hire the pedophiles, most of them. And now they got all different types of color hair. Your teacher probably got pink and purple hair, got piercings in their nose, and they're teaching your kids, and they're next to your kids, all right? That's an abomination, okay? That's why the Lord said, seek him in the days of your youth. You don't wait like the rest of these people. They wait till they get old and they just go to church every Sunday, okay? Lord ain't dealing with those people, all right? They were whores their whole life. Now they're in church with a dressed nice, okay? The Lord calls those churches a harlot house because back in the day, actually, I believe it's in the book of Numbers. What's his name? What's that? Balaam? Balaam sent pretty much prostitutes to go in these churches so he can make the children of Israel go off. As a matter of fact, let me jump over there to Numbers and grab that account. And then I'll get back to what I was talking about. I think they called it Baal Peor. I think it's Numbers the 25th maybe? 25th chapter. Let's read about that account since I brought it up. Numbers 25. Let me get that on my phone. Numbers 25. You know, and before that, Moab was trying to put curses on the Israelites, okay? And they couldn't curse them. So what they do, they sent those whores in the church. Okay? Numbers 25. All right, this is the book of Numbers, chapter 25. I'll start from the top. And Israel abode in Shittim, and the people began... Fucking Satan, man. Numbers 25 and 1. And Israel abode in Shittim, and the people began to commit whoredom with the daughters of Moab. Okay, Moab is the so-called Chinese man. Okay? And they called the people unto the sacrifices of their gods, and the people did eat and bow down to their gods. Okay? Children of Israel bowing down to the Moabites' gods. And Israel joined himself unto Baal Peor, and the anger of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, was kindled against Israel. Yeah, he tried to put curses on you before in the 24th chapter. Let me just jump over there real quick. Where was it? Yeah, Numbers 24 and 15. And he took up this parable and said, Balaam, the son of Beor, have said, and the man whose eyes are open have said, he have said, which heard the words of the Most High, and knew the knowledge of the Most High, which saw the vision of the Almighty, falling into a trance, but having his eyes open. I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh. There shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corners of Moab, and destroy all the children of Sheth. And Edom shall, well, he's prophesied against Salakia. What did he say? Salakia. Let me see. Where did he put it? Oh, I think it's here. Numbers 23:19. The Most High is not a man that he should lie, neither the Son of Man that he should repent. Have he said, and shall he not do it? Or have he spoken, and shall not make it good? Behold, I have received commandment to bless, and he have blessed, and I cannot reverse it. He have not beheld iniquity in Jacob, neither have he seen perverseness in Israel. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, his power is with him, and the shout of a king is among them. The Most High brought them out of Egypt. He have as it were the strength of a unicorn. Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel. According to this time it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, what have God wrought? Okay, so he couldn't put curses on Israel. Okay, it's the book of Numbers 25 and verse 24. And the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, said unto Moses, take all the heads of the people and hang them up before the Lord against the sun, that the fierce anger of the Lord may be turned away from Israel. Okay, because they were transgressing with the daughters of Moab. Okay, bowing down to their gods. Okay, harlots. And Moses said unto the judges of Israel, slay ye every one of his men that were joined unto Baal Peor. And behold, one of the children of Israel came and brought unto his brethren a Midianitish woman in the sight of Moses, and in the sight of all the congregation of the children of Israel, who were weeping before the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And when Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, saw it, he rose up from among the congregation and took a javelin in his hand, and he went after the man of Israel into the tent, and thrust both of them through, the man of Israel and the woman through her belly. So the plague was stayed from the children of Israel. And those that died in the plague were 24,000, okay? So the Lord had no problem putting Israel to death, okay? And he don't have a problem putting you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to death either. Because y'all committing the same type of whoredom. That same spiritual fornication with these different gods and the modern gods of this time, okay? Committing Baal Peor. You go into these churches still, okay? And he killed 24,000 of his own men, okay? So that can happen again, and that's gonna happen again, okay? Let me jump back to Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes 12:1, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Yeah, don't wait till you get old, okay, and think, you know, the Lord's dealing with you because you're going to church now. Well, you spent your whole life giving over to all types of wickedness, okay? That's why your ankles are big, because you're eating pork. That's why your thighs rotten, because you're cheating on your husband, okay? Those are different signs that the Lord plagues these wicked people with, okay? This is the most idolatrous, most adulterous nation and people, all right? Matter of fact, let's jump over to Amos 5 and verse number 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. Yeah, you desiring, everyone's praying for the Lord to come back, but you think the Lord's a so-called white man, okay? So you praying for a Lord that don't even exist in the book, okay? And when that Lord, the true Lord, come back, he's going to put y'all to death for idolatry. So woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord, okay? The whole world thinks the Lord is white, and he's black. How much destruction is going to come to you when you've been lying this whole time? Been treating his people wrong. You're going to die for that. All right? We don't care if the so-called white man got all these guns, weapons. I don't care how many tanks he had. He's going to be destroyed by the Lord. The Lord built this man up. All right? All right, let's jump back to Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 2. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. Yeah, that those moon, the stars, you know, Salakia. The sun, the moon, the stars. Let's talk about this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Why you can still get it, why you still got the grace. Why the Lord ain't shut all these stores up. You should be seeking the Lord, man. You should be learning more about the Lord, learning, stacking up those spiritual riches you got with the Lord. Because a lot of y'all don't know about the Lord. Like I just said, y'all think he's a so-called white man. No, he's not. You can read about that, Revelation 1 and 14. Read it for yourself. It's in the book. And your pastor ain't going to tell you the truth. Because why? Because he's in league with this devil, okay? He's in league with the devil. He's in league with the government. Y'all don't know this is Babylon. All right? The Lord set this kingdom up because you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, y'all hate the Lord's commandments. Okay? Y'all love idolatry. Okay? You got all different types of idols on your cars, your Bibles on your dashboard. Okay? You know nothing about the Lord. And you hate to be rebuked. That's why you go to the church. That's why they got rainbow flags all over your church. Lord ain't dealing with that place, and he ain't dealing with you. Because you're in league with this devil, man. No matter how many old women you help cross the street. All right? It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. Yeah, the keepers of the house are those people who's running these banks. They're going to tremble because the elite are going to tell them this, we're going to shut down this whole system. Okay? And they're going to tremble because that's coming down from the Most High. Okay? Working through Satan to get put the spirit on the elites to cause hell on this place. Okay? And he's going to put, the elites are going to put hell on the keepers of the house, and they're gonna crash this place just like they did in 2020. You saw that dive that 2020 had. Yes, it recovered, but this place ain't gonna recover after this one. This is the last fall. All right, there's gonna be no recovery. All right, there's not gonna be a bank. You're the bank. Okay, they're gonna put all that information in the mark of the beast, and they're gonna put it in your right hand or in your forehead, since you love this place so much. All right. So you can eat. We know how much you Israelites love cucumbers. Just like when y'all were in the wilderness complaining to the Lord that you wanted meat. Right? Let's keep going. Ecclesiastes 12 and 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders shall cease, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened. Yeah, the grinders are going to cease, meaning there ain't going to be any jobs out here for anybody. There's going to be no jobs, all right? And that window being darkened, you're going to be looking out your house, having no future. There ain't going to be nothing to do, okay? Your future's going to be darkened. Ecclesiastes 12 and 4, and the doors shall be shut in the streets. Yeah, all these doors, they're all going to be shut in the streets. Ain't gonna be no stores open, okay? When the sound of grinding is low, you hear all this traffic, you hear the cars, everyone's moving, doing something, all that grinding is gonna be low. There ain't gonna be any work. Ain't gonna be Esau breaking up the ground trying to fix those pipes below the surface, all right? And he shall rise up at the voice of a bird. Yeah, the birds are gonna wake you up. Because there ain't going to be no point in setting an alarm clock when you ain't got no work the next day. That the birds are going to wake you up. And the daughters of music shall be brought low. Yeah, everyone's going to be hurt. Even the music industry, man. And you can kind of see that happening now. Everyone's being exposed for all this crap. All right? Ain't going to be no partying. All right, let's jump over to Isaiah, the 13th chapter. the book of Isaiah, chapter 13 and verse 9. Behold, the day of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, cometh cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners there out of it. Yeah, I know you say Jesus loves everybody. Well, it says right here, he's gonna destroy the sinners. Okay? Y'all say he love everybody, but he said the Bible says he's an equal balance. He loves and he hates. And he damn sure hates Edomites. Okay? So when you say he love everybody, you lying. That's a lie. And the Lord doesn't lie. He said he hates Esau, and he's going to lay his land desolate. And you living in the land of the Edomites. This is the land. No matter how well you dress, looking like the so-called white man. You're just like back in the day, just like the Sadducees and Pharisees. They wanted to keep their jobs with the Romans. Okay? That's why John the Baptist went into the wilderness. He was eating locusts and honey. He didn't deal with that church. Hell no, he left because he knew they were wicked. And he was an actual descendant of the Levitical priesthood. Okay? Who actually baptized the Lord. He didn't go to the church, but then the church makes a denomination called the Baptist Church. If John the Baptist was here today, he'd blow that place up. Because that's blasphemy against who he was. None of y'all are in the wilderness. None of y'all would even eat a locust. Okay? You're nothing like him. And the Lord wouldn't want to be baptized by you. The book of Isaiah 13 and 10, for the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. Okay, that's going back to that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. But after these missiles start blowing up, you ain't gonna be able to see the sky. Just like right now, it's a cloudy day. You don't see the moon. You don't see the stars. You don't see anything. Now imagine when everything gets destroyed. You can look at Syria when they blew up Syria. It looked just like this sky right here. It was nothing but dust and debris in the sky. Okay? Isaiah 13 and 11, and I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. Iniquity means sin upon sin. Okay? You just adding the tab to your sin. You ain't seeking the Lord. Okay? You ain't following the commandments. All right? No matter how many times the Lord sends somebody week in, week out to teach the word, nobody listens, okay? But that's all right, because that means you've been rejected. And you literally got someone yelling at the top of their lungs trying to get you to understand. But this word's not for y'all. I'm not yelling for you to understand this Bible. I could care less about you. As a matter of fact, the Lord could put you to death. I'm only here for the elected Israel who are going to hear the word. They're gonna be converted. They're going to seek the Lord. They're going to learn and increase their knowledge. All right? And then they might get salvation. And that's going to help me out with the multitude of the sins I've already committed in my past life and this life and the sins that I haven't committed yet. Okay? It's the book of Isaiah 13 and 11. And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, okay? Yeah, y'all are proud. A lot of y'all Americans are proud. The so-called white man, he's proud, and y'all follow him. And we know pride goes before destruction, okay? And a lot of proud are not gonna humble themselves down in order to get this word. That's how it works. Pride makes you stupid, okay? You think there's nothing above you. You think you're on the top. And the Lord's going to show you you're not, so therefore you're going to fall. Okay? Where we at? And you don't follow the commandments. Simple as that. Actually, let me jump over there. That's what this book is for. You don't know none of the commandments. It's the book of 1 John chapter 3 and verse 4. Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law. Yeah, who was given the law? Was the law given to everybody in the world? No, it was given specifically to the Israelites when they came out of Egypt through Moses. All right, which is so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And y'all still don't follow the law today. That's why y'all eating pork. That's why y'all celebrating Mother's Day, Father's Day. You ain't supposed to worship your mother. You don't worship your mother, you worship the Lord. The Lord didn't tell you to worship your mother. Okay? That's another paganistic custom that y'all celebrate willingly or unwillingly. Okay? And you need to get rebuked for that. Lord ain't dealing with that. There's nobody higher that should be worshiped other than the Lord. That's it. Anything else other than that is idolatry. As a matter of fact, let's go to, let me see, did I finish Isaiah 13? Okay, yeah, I'll finish with that. Let's jump over to Matthew, the 4th chapter. The book of Matthew, chapter 4 and verse 1. Then was Yahushua led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward a hungered. And when the tempter came to him, he said, If thou be the Son of the Most High, command that these stones be made bread. But he answered and said, It is written, Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High. Yeah, you're not going to be able to live off bread, okay? You know, going to the store, buying you food, buying all, that's not going to sustain you in the time that's coming. That's not going to be the stability. But every word the Lord said to this devil that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High. Where do you get the words of the mouth out of the mouth of the Most High? It's in the Bible, okay? It's the only way you're going to be able to have that stability in that time. That's going to sustain you. Because you can't eat if you're dead, okay? As a matter of fact, that's the same thing that happened when the Israelites were in the wilderness. Let me jump over there and grab that. It's wilderness murmurings. Yeah, this is the book of Exodus, chapter 16. I'll start from the top. And they took their journey from Elim, and all the congregation of the children of Israel came unto the wilderness of Sin, which is between Elim and Sinai, on the 15th day of the 2nd month after their departing out of the land of Egypt. And the whole congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and Aaron in the wilderness. And the children of Israel said unto them, Would to the Most High we had died by the hand of the Yahweh Shem Yahushua in the land of Egypt, when we sat by the flesh pots, and when we did eat bread to the full, for ye have brought us forth into the wilderness to kill this whole assembly with hunger. Then said the Lord unto Moses, Behold, I will rain bread from heaven for you, and the people shall go out and gather a certain rate every day, that I may prove them whether they will walk in my law or no. See, that's the same thing. He's going to prove you again. Okay, he's going to see if you're going to follow the law, statutes, and commandments, just like the Lord did when he went to go see the devil. He told the devil, I can only live by, you got to live off every word that proceeded out of the mouth of the Most High. Okay? You can't be worried about food. And this is what Israel did, complaining to Moses and Aaron. They were complaining to Moses and Aaron, but they were really bucking up against the Lord. Okay? Well, what did Yahweh do in the wilderness? No, he kept the commandments. Okay? And he rebuked the devil. Let's keep going. And like he said, he's going to prove them. He's going to rain manna so he can prove you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans when y'all were in the wilderness. Well, I'm going to keep reading so you can see how some of y'all don't follow the law, statute, commandment, in the commandments. Okay? But some of y'all did. Let's keep going. Exodus 16 and verse 5. And it shall come to pass that on the 6th day they shall prepare that which they bring in, and it shall be twice as much as they gather daily. And Moses and Aaron said unto all the children of Israel, at even, then ye shall know that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai have brought you out from the land of Egypt. And in the morning, then ye shall see the glory of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, for that he heareth your murmurings against the Lord. And what are we, that ye murmur against us? Yeah, what are we? The Lord hears your murmurings, was because you speaking to the prophets. You murmuring to us, but the Lord hears it. Okay? And Moses said, this shall be when the Lord shall give you in the evening flesh to eat, and in the morning bread to the full, for that the Lord heareth your murmurings which ye murmur against him. And it says, and what are we? Your murmurings are not against us, but against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Yeah, exactly. Your murmurings ain't against the prophets. It's against the Lord. He just saved you out of Egypt. Now you murmuring about flesh pots in Egypt. Okay? You murmuring about food. Okay? Like the Lord ain't he didn't bring you out there to save you, to destroy you, even though he eventually does. But that wasn't the initial plan. Okay? He gave you the opportunity to follow him, and you didn't. Just like you got the opportunity to follow him now, and you don't listen to him, because he speaks to you through his prophets. And if you don't hear the word, it's because the word ain't for you. You're not one of his sheep. Okay? The Lord said, my sheep hear my voice. Then you're going to hear the voice of the Lord. Okay? If they're speaking properly. But if Satan's speaking and you hear him and you follow him, then clearly you're a child of Satan. Okay? 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are supposed to die here in Babylon. Okay? Grievous deaths. You can read that in Jeremiah the 15th chapter. Okay? Exodus 16 and verse 9, and Moses spake unto Aaron, say unto all the congregation of the children of Israel, come near before Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, for he have heard your murmurings. And it came to pass, as Aaron spake unto the whole congregation of the children of Israel, that they looked toward the wilderness, and behold, the glory of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai appeared in the cloud. Okay, that cloud is talking about slow down. That cloud is talking about a chariot, okay? Spacecraft, okay? A UFO. You don't understand, all right? Make it as plain as possible. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, I have heard the murmurings of the children of Israel. Speak unto them, saying, at even ye shall eat flesh, and in the morning ye shall be filled with bread. And ye shall know that I am Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, your power. And it came to pass that at the even the quarrels came up and covered the camp. And in the morning the dew lay around about the host. And when the dew that lay was gone up, behold, upon the face of the wilderness there lay a small round thing, as small as the hoar frost on the ground. And when the children of Israel saw it, they said one to another, it is manna. For they wist not what it was. And Moses said unto them, this is the bread which the Lord hath given you to eat. This is the thing which the Lord hath commanded. Gather of it every man according to his eating, an omer for every man, according to the number of your persons. Take ye every man for them which are in his tents. And the children of Israel did so, and gathered some more and some less. And when they did meet it with an omer, he that gathered much had nothing over, and he that gathered little had no lack. They gathered every man according to his eating. And Moses said, let no man leave of it till the morning. Notwithstanding, they hearkened not unto Moses, but some of them left of it until the morning, and it bred worms and stank. And Moses was wroth with them. And they gathered it every morning, every man according to his eating. And when the sun waxed hot, it melted. And it came to pass that on the 6th day, they gathered twice as much bread, 2 omers for one man. And all the rulers of the congregation came and told Moses. And he said unto them, this is that which the Lord hath said. Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath unto the Lord. bake that which ye will bake today, and see that ye will see. And that which remained over lay up for you to be kept until the morning. And they laid it up till the morning, and Moses bathed, and it did not stink, neither was there any worm therein. And Moses said, eat that today, for today is a Sabbath unto the Lord. Today you shall not find it in the field. Okay, so pretty much the ones who gathered more, they didn't eat it the next day, so the food had worms in it and it started to stink. And that made Moses mad, because you weren't following the law, statutes, and commandments. And that's a testimony to you so-called Israelites who don't follow the law, statutes, and commandments. Okay? But when you did follow it, it didn't stink. Okay? You see, you get the difference? When you follow the law, statutes, and commandments, or Shalaki, when you listen to the Lord's commandments, things are going to go well for you. If not, it's going to go bad for you. Okay? Exodus 16:26, 6 days you shall gather it, but on the seventh day, which is the Sabbath, in it there shall be none. And it came to pass that there went out some of the people on the seventh day for to gather, and they found none. And the Lord said unto Moses, how long refuse ye to keep my commandments and my laws? See, for that the Lord hath given you the Sabbath, therefore he giveth you on the sixth day the bread of 2 days. Abide ye every man in his place. Let no man go out his place on the seventh day. So the people rested on the seventh day, and the house of Israel called the name thereof manna, and it was like coriander seed, white, and the taste of it was like wafers made with honey. And Moses said, this is the thing which the Lord commanded. Fill an omer of it to be kept for your generations, that they may see the bread wherewith I have fed you in the wilderness, when I brought you forth from the land of Egypt. And Moses said unto Aaron, take a pot and put an omer full of manna therein, and lay it up before Yahweh Shemi Awashai to be kept for your generations, as the Lord commanded Moses. So Aaron laid up before the testimony to be kept. And the children of Israel did eat manna 40 years, until they came to a land inhabited. They did eat manna until they came unto the borders of the land of Canaan. Now an omer is the 10th part of an ephah. Okay? So they ate. The Lord gave them bread, man. When you follow the law, when you follow the Lord, he's gonna make sure you're fed. Okay? And that's the point. You can't live off bread alone. You gotta listen to the Lord. You gotta follow his law, statutes, and commandments. Because when this famine comes, okay, the famine of bread, which is this word, all right, you ain't gonna have no sustainability. There ain't gonna be no food in the stores. There ain't gonna be no one to save you. And the Lord ain't gonna be dealing with you. You're that same soul that was gathering more bread, and it stunk, okay? It got worms, okay? It had no benefit. You couldn't eat it. But the ones who trusted in the Lord, he provided for them. And he's gonna provide for his men that's telling the truth, that's keeping the truth, that knows the truth, that's teaching the truth, okay? They're not gonna bow the image to the so-called white man, the devil, Esau, Edom, all right? Now a lot of you men, y'all are gonna do that, okay? And y'all gonna die, because he hates you. He hates you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. He can't wait to put y'all asses to death. That's why he sent all your people here today, so he can kill you, okay? He wants you to take the mark of the beast. Y'all don't think he's the devil. He's always been the devil, okay? But your ancestors knew that when they were getting burnt at the stake. Your ancestors knew that when they were getting put on slave ships. Your ancestors knew that when Christopher Columbus was chopping their asses up. They knew he was the devil then, but you don't know he's the devil now. Let's keep going. Let's go back to Isaiah, the 13th chapter. What time is it? Oh, I'm at the hour point. Isaiah 13. That's why all y'all dress, y'all walk, y'all talk like the so-called white man. And y'all trust him, because that's who you believe in. All right? It's lucky. Let's see. Let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 13, and verse... Isaiah 13 and verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Okay? The golden wedge of Ophir, that's the best gold you can get. Gold that can literally reflect your face. The gold that you see tonight isn't purified enough. He's going to make a man more precious than fine gold. Okay? And not any man, a man of the Lord. Isaiah 13 and 13. Therefore, I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place, in the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. And it shall be as the chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and fly everyone into his own land. And that's going on right now. A lot of people are starting to leave America because they see how wicked this place is. A lot of them can't afford to stay in this place. Okay? People done left Southern America. Okay? People done left Puerto Rico. People done left Haiti to come here. They can't sustain it. That's why they're living on the streets. Okay? Because they believe that lie that this was the promised land for them. This ain't the promised land, all right? This is Babylon. Okay? This is a punishment for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Because y'all lived in Jerusalem under King Solomon. Okay? You had 40 years of peace. He broke that up. He split it in two. Assyria took you 10 of you tribes. Babylon took the rest. Then the southern kingdom went back in. And then what? Then we had to deal with the Romans. All right? 70 AD, they had to leave. They escaped. They went to the wilderness of Africa. Okay? And just because you're a dark man, don't mean you're an African. Okay? Because the so-called white man likes to tell you, oh, all y'all dark people are Africans. No, we ain't Africans. We Israelites. Hey, you might want to watch your mouth, man. Because you don't know who you're talking to. You're a clown. Okay? You're an idiot. And you know what? The Lord's going to put you to death. He's going to get you. Damn devil. Book of, that's another devil. Isaiah 13 and verse 15. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Yeah, everyone, you're going to be thrust through. All right, you're going to die. Okay, you're going to be joined unto these Babylonians. You're going to die with them. Okay? Can two walk together unless they agree? Can a righteous man walk with a wicked man? No. There's no agreement there. So if you found with them, you're going to get thrust through with the wicked. All right? Simple as that. Isaiah 13 and 16. Their children also, Salakia, Isaiah 13 and 16. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled and their wives ravished. Ravished means great, okay? And your children being dashed to pieces, what do you think that means? The Lord don't care about if you're a kid, you're an old woman. He has no respect on the persons, okay? He lauded you for a certain type of judgment. You died in your past life and you came into this life and you haven't got your judgment yet, okay? And that's what we're all waiting for. Some of us are waiting for salvation. Some of us are committed to condemnation, okay? What is a sentence against a crime you committed against the Lord, all right? And he got a specific judgment for that. You are deemed to receive that judgment, whether it be being torn up by dogs, chopped into pieces, thrown off a building, burnt with fire. That's all judgments of the Lord. He don't just hug and kiss like your pastors tell you. Or like this devil puts in Hollywood, because he controls all your entertainment. He got Moses speaking boldly. Moses wasn't even a good speaker. All right? He got the Lord looking white. The Lord came out of the tribe of Judah. Okay? But he uses his witchcraft to deceive the minds of all the people. But it's really the Lord, because he ain't dealing with y'all. Isaiah 13 and 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them. Who are the Medes? The Medes are the modern day Russians. He's stirring up the spirit of the Medes. He's stirring up the modern day Russians against the modern day Babylonians, okay, which is here in America, okay? Just like how ancient Babylon got taken down by the Persians and Medes, who the modern day Persians are those Carmenians, okay? The Iranians, they're Persians, and they clicked up with the Russians. That's the Persians and the Medes against the Babylonians. He's gonna run it back. You think this is all by coincidence? Isaiah 13:17, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Yeah, they ain't gonna regard your silver and your gold. They're not gonna want your money. Okay, America likes to throw money at a country, and they think they're gonna be friends with them. But the Russians don't care about your money. They want you to be destroyed. Okay, they had enough of it. And when they start sending their ships over through the seas, okay, those nuclear ships, all right, which you can't just explode, and some of them are probably by Hawaii right now, okay? You shoot that up, that's a nuclear explosion just blowing up the vessel, all right? And he's stirring the spirit of the Medes. And you can watch videos about these Russians. These Russians fight with bears, okay? They always practicing with these AK-47s. Meanwhile, in the American military, the LBGTQ outnumber the people who aren't LBGTQ, okay? Isaiah 13:18, their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, okay? Their bows are going into their weapons, their technology, okay? Those missiles, it's going to dash the young men to pieces, okay? And they shall have no pity in the fruit of the womb, their eyes shall not spare children, okay? The Russians don't care if you got a kid, man, okay? They're not going to spare the children, the Lord said. In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, he's going to overthrow this place just like he did Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, Sodom and Gomorrah were 5 different cities, and the Lord destroyed all of them. Okay? He destroyed all of them. As a matter of fact, let's jump over to Genesis. I believe that's the Genesis. 19th chapter. Let's jump over. Let's jump over there. What time is it? 1 hour. Hold on. Let me hold my place. The book of Genesis, chapter 19, in verse number 22. Haste thee, escape thither, for I cannot do anything till thou become hither. Therefore, the name of the city was called Zoar. Salaki, actually.
Sigue haciendo las reglas que Dios dice, que Dios dice, que Dios dice, que Dios dice, y hay que oírle. Dios es el que sabe. Amén, 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 amén.
Okay. Actually, let me jump down. It's the book of Genesis. It says Sodom and Gomorrah destroyed. Genesis 19:24. Then the Lord rained upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord out of heaven. And he overthrew those cities and all the plain and all the inhabitants of the cities and that which grew upon the ground. Where his wife looked back from behind him, and she became a pillar of salt. And Abraham got up early in the morning to the place where he stood before the Lord. And he looked toward Sodom and Gomorrah and toward all the land of the plain, and beheld, and lo, the smoke of the country went up as the smoke of a furnace. Okay? And the Lord said that he's going to do the same thing to Babylon. He said he's going to blow this place up too. Okay? So it's as simple as that. He's going to blow up Sodom and Gomorrah, man. And this is another Sodom and Gomorrah. That's why you see nothing but sodomy going on in this place. Okay? Where are we going? As a matter of fact, let's go into the Apocrypha. Let's get the Apocrypha. All right. Let's go into Second Esdras, the 15th chapter. All right. This is the book of Second Esdras, chapter 15, and verse number 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Okay, woe means destruction. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. Nigh means soon. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. Okay, the modern day sword is a gun. Okay, so people are going to be fighting against each other with swords. You're not going to be seeing people in the streets fighting with swords. The modern day sword is the gun. They're going to be shooting at each other. Okay? Second Esdras 15 and 16. For there shall be sedition among men. Sedition is like when you go against your government. Okay? Lord said there's going to be a sedition among men. And invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes. Yeah, those kings and those princes are talking about your governors and your mayors. Ain't nobody gonna be listening to them. Okay? In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Yeah, they're gonna take court into the streets, okay? The course of their power, they're gonna be making their own laws in that time. Okay? If you look at me wrong, they might just put you, that might be one of their laws. You look at somebody wrong, they just kill you. Okay? It's the course of their power is going to be in their strength. Okay? Someone might have a gun and you don't have a gun. Now you got to come out of everything you got. Okay? This is prophesied to happen in the Bible. Second Esdras 15 and 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Yeah, because they're going to have these cities blocked off, man. You ain't going to be able. You got to deal with what's going on inside the city. Then when you try to leave the city, you got to deal with those troops. All right? So it's going to feel like it's a lose-lose situation. But if you ain't got the knowledge and wisdom, the stability, Isaiah 33 and 6. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of the times. That means the Lord is going to guide your steps if he's dealing with you. Second Esdras 15, 18. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Exactly. It said the pride of the cities. Isn't Lynn, Massachusetts a city? All right. So this is another prideful city. And there's many cities in Massachusetts, okay? Second Esdras 15 and 18. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So if the men are afraid, you don't think the women are going to be afraid too? When everything's being destroyed? Some of you men don't even got a gun. So some of y'all going to be really afraid. All right? And then like I was going into with those two Dominican cats chopping each other up. Meanwhile, all the stores are open. What are you fighting over like that? That's over nothing. Imagine when you really got to fight over something. When you got to fight to feed your kids, man. People are going to be fighting to the death. And there's a lot of machetes around here, too. All right? Moab love using the machete. All right? Second Esdras 15 and 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. That's just like I said. Your neighbor ain't even going to have pity on you. You know, you might know your neighbor. Hey, neighbor, good morning. No, that's going to be the same guy. He ain't going to have no pity on you in that time. But shall destroy their houses with the sword. Yeah, he's going to destroy your house with the sword. Okay, the sword is that gun. And spoil their goods. He's going to take your goods, man. Spoil goes into a booty, too. A booty, some of y'all women, y'all don't know y'all property of the man. That includes you as being a spoil. In every war that was fought, the women paid the price if their men lost the battle. Okay? That's what happens when you're a spoil. That's like if these other nations took this nation down, they would take the women and the kids. Okay? He said that's going to be a spoil. They're going to spoil your houses. And spoil their goods, taking your food, your clothes, your gold, your silver. You might just want to the gasoline that's in your tank. Whatever you got, he gonna take it. During that time, he might just want your shoes or something. Because of the lack of bread. Yeah, because there ain't gonna be any food. When there's no food, people fight, okay? And they don't care. There's gonna be a lack of bread out here. And for great tribulation, yeah. All of this is to appease the Lord. He gets happy when he sees judgment being executed, okay? And that's that Jacob's trouble. It's talking about 2/3 so. Well, it's Jacob's trouble on the whole world, but it's really to test you, okay? Really to get you. Actually, let's jump over to 2nd Esdras 16th chapter. The book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 16, and verse 17. Who is me? Who is me? Woe is me. Woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? This is talking about Esdras. The Lord was showing him a vision through the angel Uriah. Okay? And he was seeing the destruction of Babylon. And he understood about reincarnation. So he knew he was going to be alive during this time. And he was so scared because he saw all this destruction going forth. He was asking the Lord, how am I going to be saved in that time? Because the Lord's going to tear this place apart. 2nd Esdras 17 and 18. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings. The beginning of famine and great death. The beginning of wars. And the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? So he's asking the Lord, what do I do during this time? What am I supposed to do to make it out of that? What you're supposed to do is have this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Lord. He wrote this, inspired his prophets to write this book to give to the children of Israel, not to the children of the whole world. He don't care about everybody. He said the rest of these nations are like spittle, like spit. Okay? Do you think your spit has any value? No. This whole world was created for Israel. Okay? Let me keep going. Second Esdras 16 and 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. Let me look up that word, tribulation. Okay. Define tribulation. Not in the Bible, just the word tribulation. A cause of great trouble or suffering. A state of great trouble or suffering. Okay? Ooh. It says the Middle English is getting to the etymology of the word. In Latin, it says, no, in Latin, it's teri, means rub, and then it goes into tribulum, threshing board. Ooh. This is press, oppress, threshing board. Okay? Gonna thresh you, man. Okay, where we at? Book of 2nd Esdras 16 and verse number 20. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth. Yeah, victuals are going into these different, the cost of your goods. Actually, let me go and get that word victuals. So, for understanding. I believe it's the cost of goods, but let me just double check. It's provisions like food and things like that. It says food, it said provide with food, victuals, food. Related to lives, the pronunciation represents spelling. Later spelling has been influenced by Latin forms. So it's food, things that you need to live, victuals. Okay? Where am I? Second Esdras 16 and 21. Behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap upon earth. Yeah, and the victuals are cheap. You can still go buy something to eat. You can afford it. Okay? So it looks like a good case. You think you're in a good case. You can still go grab something to eat. You still got Uber Eats. You know? You can go get you a Big Mac at 12 o'clock at night if you want to in this society. Okay? So people are going to think they're in a good case. 2nd Esdras 16 and 21. That they shall think themselves to be in a good case, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Yeah, sword going into those different skirmishes with different groups. You got right-wing extremists, okay? You got all different terrorist organizations within your country, from every country. From Africans, you got Arab terrorists here, Chinese terrorists in this country, okay? And they ain't been activated yet. But when they're activated, you think they're just gonna go shoot? Nah, they're gonna go to the main places, all right? They're gonna make sure you ain't got no electricity, all right? They're gonna get the power done. Let's keep going. Famine, yeah, famine's coming, okay? During the war, you're not gonna be able to use the Panama Canal, okay? During the war, you're not gonna use the strait in Iran. That's where a lot of our goods come from. America is an importer more so than an exporter, okay? We buy a lot of our stuff from other countries. We rely on other countries. Just like in when COVID came, we couldn't even get our medication because it all comes from China. And if China's going to war with America, you think they're gonna worry about if y'all are getting your medical supplies? We didn't even have masks during that time. We don't build anything in this country, okay? So that's why the Lord's saying even famine's gonna come to this place. But the Lord created it to happen that way, okay? Because he's going to show you who he's truly dealing with. Because the world got the Lord confused. Everyone thinks the Lord loves them. Well, if the Lord loves you, he shouldn't be putting you to death then. Then he's going to save you during that time. We're going to see. It's the book of 2nd Esdras 16 and 21 at the end. In great confusion. Yeah, y'all ain't going to know what the hell's going on. They just had a movie called Leave the World Behind. Shit was going haywire and they didn't even know what the hell was going on. And a lot of y'all ain't gonna know what the hell's going on. And you ain't gonna know it's been prophesied in the Bible to happen 2,000 years ago. Okay? It's been told you. And you still gonna be confused. Because you're in the world. You love this world. You believe all the lies of this world. The only truth is this Bible. The only truth is the Lord. Everything else is false. All right? If you can't match it up with the scriptures, it's fake. It's a lie. 2nd Esdras 16 and verse 22. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So even if you escape the famine, you're going to get put to death by the sword. And what's the sword? The modern day gun. Okay? That's a sword nowadays. 2nd Esdras 16 and 23. And the dead shall be cast out as dung. Dung is shit. So the dead's just going to be all over the place. They're going to be cast out as dung. If someone shits on the ground, you're going to pick up shit to make sure the ground's clean? That's what the Lord's saying. The dead are going to be cast out just like shit. All right? No one's going to pick the bodies up. You might see someone get murdered on the side of the street. Guess what? You're going to just walk right over it like some dog shit. 2nd Esdras 16 and verse 23. And there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. There shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. That's pretty much it on that, man. So it's gonna get bad out here, man. Ain't gonna be no man tending the grapes. They ain't gonna make sure you got crops. All right? There ain't gonna be no lettuce to eat. Tomatoes in the garden. All right? No one's gonna till the ground. They're gonna be worried about surviving in that time. Okay? And you can see what's happening in Israel. They're dropping off care packages that contain pork. Muslims don't eat pork. Why are they giving them food that contains pork in it? They're risking their life to go get some food provisions, and they're giving them pork. Okay? And you're going to be faced with those same measures. Because you don't know the Lord don't want you to eat pork. But a lot of y'all eat pork. So He's going to make sure y'all get put to death. Okay? Simple as that. Yeah, just off of pork. That bacon you love in the morning, yeah, you're gonna pay for that. Okay? Actually, let me go back to the Bible. Oh, look at that. I almost flipped right to where I was looking. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 55. What the hell is that? Where am I? Isaiah 55 and verse 6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. Okay, you got to seek the Lord while he may be found, man. You got this grace period. You got all the time in the world to seek the Lord. You got YouTube. Okay, I put these videos up on YouTube so someone else can get in. Lord will, they hear the word and they read it for yourself. You know, because a lot of people, they can't hear, okay? Okay? But the Lord has it in a way that He's going to make sure His word gets to the people that need to get the word. Okay? And everybody else, just like when the doors of Noah's Ark closed, they just going to die, okay? You better get the word and start getting into that spiritual ark that's being created right now. Okay? You got to seek the Lord while He may be found. And He can be found right now. His prophets are still on the highways and byways, okay? He speaks to his people through his prophets, all right? Isaiah 55 and verse 7. Let the wicked forsake his way and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon. Yeah, he'll still pardon, he'll still have mercy, okay? He got a destruction coming, but he also has mercy for his people. Hey, brother.
Hey.
Let me show you something. Come in. Let me show you. Look at this. What's your nationality, Papa?
Guatemala.
Puerto Rican, Dominican?
No, Guatemala.
Oh,
Guatemala.
Yeah.
Guatemala. Guatemala to Panamanians. Zebulon, Papa. We're the Israelites. We all go back to Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel, Papa.
Oh, yeah.
We're Israelites.
Guatemala, Panameños.
Issachar.
Ellos.
They say they're Mexicans. They're
Yeah.
Issachar. Go ahead, take a whole picture of it. Okay, Papa?
Okay.
Read about it, learn about it. Learn about Zebulon, man. We go back to Jacob. Jacob is Israel.
Yeah.
Sorry, don't understand.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You understand Israel?
Israel, yes.
Israel.
Yes.
Israel. Oh, yeah.
You're Israelites. In the Bible, this is for you. Okay?
Okay. Okay, buddy.
Okay. You too, man. All right, let's keep going. See, some people will stop and listen. I know we don't stop, Jake, but every now and again, why not? Every now and again, I'll stop you. You stand there for a while, but a lot of people don't speak English either, so you don't know. All right, let's jump over to. So we got to keep this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. I hope this is the point that I'm trying to make. We need this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. And I'm not trying to act like I'm more holier than anybody, man. I'm trying to share what I've learned so you can go read it for yourself, okay? So you can go be converted. Whole time, my whole life, I'm 36 years old. For 34 plus years, I was basically praying to the devil. Didn't even know it. Then when I got the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the truth about the Bible. Hey, Pablo, you got a second?
Yes.
What's your nationality?
Yeah, I speak Spanish.
You speak Spanish? Are you Dominican? Are you Haitian? Are you
Haitian.
You're Haitian. Haitian, look at Pablo. Look at this. Haiti, the Haitians.
Yes.
Levi, man. You're a Levite. This is the priest. Israel. We're Israelites. The Haitians. Israel.
Israel.
Levi. You know Moses? Moses. I'm sorry, it's okay. Levi, okay?
Levi.
Haitians are Levi. Okay?
Okay.
Another jig, man, another jig. It's beautiful. Hey, Proverbs 16 and 16. How much better is it to get wisdom than gold, and to get understanding rather to be chosen than silver? Come on, man. How much more better? Come on, how much more better? So like not how much more better. That's my ghetto ass. How much better is it? Proverbs 16 and 16. How much better is it to get wisdom than gold? Okay? It's better to get wisdom than gold. Everyone's in the drive-thru to get money, but this wisdom's better than the money. That's not even gold. That's not even gold. The Lord said it's better to get wisdom than these FRNs, which are these Federal Reserve notes. They used to be backed by gold, but even real gold isn't better than this wisdom that the Lord's saying here, man. He's saying his wisdom's better than gold, better than silver. The Lord created gold, he created silver. And he said this wisdom's better than that. Wouldn't he know when he created everything? And I know he knows that's better than these Federal Reserve notes, okay? How much more wisdom, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, y'all are the Israelites. What's better than that? Y'all got the promises going back, all the way back to Abraham. That's better than anything in this world. Let's read that again. Proverbs 16 and 16. How much better is it to get wisdom than gold, and to get understanding rather to be chosen than silver? Come on, man. It speaks for itself, man. To know that you're Israel, to know that you actually got a chance of repentance with the Most High, to be saved out of this. And you might be one of the elect spirits that helped create this whole world. That's a beautiful thing, okay? You could get wakened up. You could get that Holy Spirit, because it's only for you. This word's only for you. It's not for everybody, okay? Even though the so-called white man thinks it's for him. It ain't true. He's the devil, okay? And a lot of y'all scared to call his ass the devil because he's been oppressing you. He got all these guns. He got all these tanks. He got the damn Air Force. The Lord's going to destroy all of that. And that's because he's doing it for his own people. He built this devil up just so he can take him down. Just like he did in ancient Egypt under Pharaoh. That's another story, man. There's a couple things I want to get out. Because this is why we need this wisdom, man. We got to get this wisdom while we still got it. Okay? And who knows wisdom better than King Solomon? Okay? King Solomon, man, you can't talk about wisdom without talking about King Solomon. Okay? Actually, let's get it. It's the second book of the Chronicles, chapter 1. I'll start at the top. And Solomon, the son of David, was strengthened in his kingdom And the Lord, his power was with him and magnified him exceedingly. Okay? Let me jump down to verse 7. In that night, actually, let me keep going. 2 Chronicles 2:2, then Solomon spake unto all Israel, to the captains of the thousands and of hundreds, and to the judges, and to every governor in all Israel, the chief of the fathers. So Solomon and all the congregation with him went to the high place that was at Gibeon. For there was the tabernacle of the congregation of the Most High, which Moses, the servant of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, had made in the wilderness. But the ark of the Most High had David brought up from Kirjath-jearim to the place which David had prepared for it, for he had pitched a tent for it at Jerusalem. Moreover, the brazen wall, 2 Chronicles 2:5. Moreover, the brazen altar that Bezaleel, the son of Uri, the son of Hur, had made, he put before the tabernacle of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and Solomon and the congregation sought unto it. And Solomon went up thither to the brazen altar before the Lord, which was at the tabernacle of the congregation, and offered 1,000 burnt offerings upon it. In that night did the Most High appear unto Solomon, and said unto him, ask what I shall give thee. And Solomon said unto the Most High, thou hast showed great mercy unto David my father, and hast made me to reign in his stead. Now, O Lord, Yahweh power, let thy promise unto David my father be established. For thou hast made me king over a people like the dust of the earth in multitude. And this is the point. He said, give me now wisdom and knowledge, that I may go out and come in before this people. For who can judge this thy people that is so great? Talking about you Israelites. Okay? King Solomon asked for wisdom so he can make sure that he was guiding his people correctly. Okay? And the Lord gave him that wisdom. Let's keep going. And the Most High said to Solomon, because this was in thine heart, and thou hast not asked riches, wealth, or honor, nor the life of thine enemies, neither yet hast asked long life, but hast asked wisdom and knowledge for thyself, that thou mayest judge Oh, that got the devil mad, huh? That got the devil mad. Good. Let's read that again. This is the book of 2 Chronicles 2:11. And the Most High said to Solomon, because this was in thine heart, and thou hast not asked riches, wealth, or honor, nor life of thine enemies, neither yet hast asked long life, but hast asked wisdom and knowledge for thyself, that thou mayest judge my people, over whom I have made thee king. Wisdom and knowledge is granted unto thee, and I will give thee riches and wealth and honor, such as none of the kings have had that have been before thee, neither shall there any there thee have the like. Whew, that's a long breath. But see, he asked for wisdom, knowledge, and he gave him riches. He gave him the wisdom and knowledge, but then he gave him all the riches. He was happy he asked for that, because if you can receive it, King Solomon is the Lord, okay? King Solomon is who the world calls Jesus Christ, okay? But his name is Yahweh Shai, all right? And he came back in the reincarnation. But he sinned as King Solomon by marrying all these strange wives. He married these strange wives. He started worshiping their gods. And he didn't get put to death. But when he came back as the Lord, he had to pay for the sins in his past life, just like the rest of us. We got to pay for the sins in our past life, okay? And the sins that we commit in this life, and the sins that we haven't committed yet, okay? That's why the Levitical priest used to give up sacrifice for themselves before they sacrifice for you, showing you that he was also the priest, a priest. He's the high priest, okay? But he made himself the sacrifice, an unblemished lamb. And we got to do the same thing, okay? Let me read that. No, I'll read it again. Second Chronicles 2:13. Then Solomon came from his journey to the high place that was at Gibeon to Jerusalem from before the tabernacle of the congregation and reigned over Israel. That's pretty much it on that. Okay, so Solomon asked for wisdom. He got wisdom, and now on top of that, the Lord just gave him. He made him the richest king ever. Okay, because he went to the Most High and got that wisdom and knowledge. And the Lord gave him plenty of wisdom and knowledge. Okay? Wow. So that just goes to show you, man. You need this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right, it's starting to rain. Let me put the books up so my books don't get wet. I'm about to get out my phone. I'll get out my phone. Okay. It's starting to rain. It's all good, man. Okay. Might start to get bad out here, man. Alright, let me get my phone. Yeah, so Solomon, man. That's beautiful, man, what he asked for. And we should be asking for the same thing, man. Because we kings too. We kings and what we striving to be. Okay, we a nation of kings and priests. Okay? Actually, let me go grab that. Let me go grab that. Yasharala, man. It's that Revelation 1 and verse 6. It's the book of Revelation 1 and 6. And have made us kings and priests unto the Most High kings and priests unto God and his Father. To him be glory and dominion over, dominion forever and ever. Let it be true. That's not what I was looking for, but let me see. Let me see. Exodus 19. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 19, and I'll start at 5. Now therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed, and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people. For all the earth is mine, and ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. Okay? A kingdom of priests, man. Let me get another one. It's the book of 1 Peter, chapter 2 and verse 9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. Okay? And he called us out of this darkness with this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of him, man. This treasure, you got to store up your treasures in heaven. How do you do that? Get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Do the will, do the work. Okay? You got to do the work, man. You got to make sure you receive that penny. What I want to get? Let me see. I want to go to the book of Sirach. Sirach, chapter 19. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 19 and verse 18. The fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of him, and wisdom obtaineth his love. Yeah, see? The fear of the Lord, man. Okay? Because when you fear the Lord, you're gonna wanna please him, man. You're gonna want to do things so he don't destroy you, man. You're gonna feel that. You're gonna feel you're gonna get that repentance in you. Okay, you're gonna want to repent. You're gonna want to repent is to be sorry, man. You're gonna be sorry that you didn't keep these law, statutes, commandments. And then with that fear, that's gonna allow you to go actually read and learn who the Israelites are. You're gonna learn about the commandments, and you're gonna see like, wow, this got to be divinely inspired. This ain't just written for no reason. And matter of fact, you're gonna see this land. They say this land was like they uphold the Bible and they don't. Then you start seeing the hypocrisy. Okay. Then this is why you understand wickedness is just exceedingly going out. Okay. And you're gonna see how you're gonna look at things you've done in your life. You're gonna be like, damn, man, I was wicked, man. All right. You're gonna have that sense of repenting. Like the Lord created me, man. I done did all types of wickedness, man. In your folly, or in your in not knowing. I can't think of the word right now. Okay. But you didn't know. In your misunderstanding or something like that. Okay. But then you fix all of that, man. You strive to keep them. Because now you see, now it is a treasure to keep them. Now you see the benefits of it. Now you know that the Lord's controlling everything, okay? That's a huge treasure to know nowadays. Everything that you went through, everything that you're going through, everything you're gonna go through, the Lord set it up that way, okay? So you can get, and you're gonna see his salvation throughout the whole time because he's walking with you the whole time, all right? And shit's gonna get worse and worse and worse, and you're gonna see how much more the Lord's dealing with you, okay? And you're gonna see how much he's not dealing with everybody else, okay? So I might be out here looking like a damn madman, but it's all good. It's all good, man. Okay? You're gonna be a spectacle, but it's all good. That's a beautiful thing. Okay, let me keep going on that. Sirach 19:19, the knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life. Yeah, the knowledge of the commandments, man. All right, the 613 commandments written from Revelation all the way to Genesis to Revelation. All right, including the Apocrypha. I'm reading the Apocrypha now. Okay. And they that do things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality. Yeah, that's the only way you're going to receive everlasting life. Is when the Lord comes, destroys this place, and he redeems you as one of his elect. And if not, if you already chosen if you're Israel regardless, but you want to make sure you make it past the first death. All right, so you don't have to be reborn through the loins of the elect. All right, even though everyone reborn through the loins of the elect, y'all gonna be righteous too. Our whole nation's gonna be righteous. To our women, to our kids. Okay, you might see Jake looking all fucked up on this side. They gonna be righteous on the other side. As a matter of fact, let me grab that precept. It said the least of them should be strong as David. The least. Almost. I'm roughly paraphrasing, but I want to know that precept. Let me go grab it. Yeah. It's the book of Zechariah, chapter 12 and 8. In that day shall Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem. And Jerusalem is a people before it's a place, okay? And it's talking about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David. Okay, David's talking about King David. And the house of David shall be as the Most High, as the angel of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai before them. So even the feeble amongst us are going to be as strong as King David. Okay? And we're going to rule forever, but in righteousness. And you see with wickedness, with that, you was looking at the fruit of wickedness. Wickedness ain't cool, man. There was a time everyone thought being a blood or a Crip was a cool thing to be. Now we starting to see the CIA was at the head of the damn organization. You throwing up Masonic gang signs. And it all leads back to Satan. So you're pretty much just being a demon. You're killing your brothers. You're destroying the world. How much more righteousness is going to be way better than this? You ain't got Esau driving around in his police cruisers, putting his knee on your neck for doing some stupid shit. You had a counterfeit $20 bill, you getting put to death. That's a wicked society. Okay? In a righteous society, we're going to be going around putting you to death because you ain't following the law, statutes, and commandments. Okay? The law of the Bible, man. We're going to make sure that flourishes in this world. Wickedness, you getting stoned to death, man. Everyone's going to be 100% righteous, and if you're not, you're going to get beheaded. Okay? And eventually, people are just going to walk in the law, statutes, and commandments. And I'm talking about you heathen, because we're going to have the hearts of flesh in our inward parts. Okay? So this is what I mean. You got people selling drugs. That's witchcraft. Bunch of witches out here, man. But do they know they're witches? No. But the Lord deceived them. Okay? Zechariah 12 and 8, I like that precept, man. It's a beautiful precept. Jake walked by, started smiling when I said that, man. It's beautiful, man. And I don't even think he speaks English. You just know, sometimes you can just feel the spirit sometimes, man. It's all spiritual, man. Actually, he was just in the window trying to listen, but I think he's a Spanish brother. This is the first time I've seen him. He walks by. I wish I could speak Spanish, though, because a lot of the Spanish brothers want to know what's going on, man. Which is beautiful, man. They want to know what's going on. I can see it like I can feel it in their spirit. They want to know, like, what is he? But it's that language barrier. You know what I mean? I had an old man yesterday, actually my last video. He walked by. He said he was gonna come here today, but I normally would come out at this time. But I'm glad I came out. He said he was gonna come by today. You know, I try to use my Google Translator, but sometimes that just sucks, man. Google Translator, Google, you suck, man. Can't get shit right. Fucking Esau, man. What do I want to get? Egypt to something like that. Yeah, let me grab that. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 19. And Isaiah 19 and 14. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Yeah, they caused Egypt to err in every work thereof. Okay? Google's a work of Egypt. Okay? And it erred in Google translation. Okay? But he has an error in everything. This whole thing is perverse, man. It's like those Teslas, people getting burnt up in them. That's supposed to be modern day technology. It's supposed to be advanced technology. You get locked in your car. I was watching a video. This dude had the Tesla truck. He had his finger in the back of the truck. The back of the hood doesn't recognize if your finger's in between that, and it just closes. Like, why? You got to reinvent the wheel to build a Tesla? He's supposed to be the smartest man. All right? I don't really like Elon Musk, man, because I think he's one of those, he's like autistic, and not nothing against autistic people, but they glorify that like that's a blessing. Okay? That's not a blessing. All right? He's weird. He named his kid 6, 7, 8. That's weird. He getting glorified. And he going around using the name Tesla like he's the inventor of all this technology. No, Tesla was way smarter than you. As a matter of fact, the more you learn about Tesla, the more you really learn how stupid this person is. All right? But he got money so that he's being extolled to the clouds. Oh, we're going to go over to Mars. That ain't your blessing. You ain't no one going to Mars. Israel's going to Mars. All right? His ass is going to be in a pit. Actually, he's going to be working 6 days a week. And then on the Sabbath, we're going to put his ass in a pit. Okay? He's gonna be not. He's gonna can't wait for the Sabbath day to come. All right. Let me read that again. Let's go back to Sirach 19. Where am I? Okay. Go back to Sirach, chapter 19 and 18. The fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of him, and wisdom obtaineth his love. Yeah, that's the first step, man. You gotta learn how to fear the Lord. All right? How do you learn how to fear the Lord? The Lord? Look at his judgments that he's giving out every day. As a matter of fact, he had some Mexican dude driving around in a truck, kidnapping women. Okay? That's a judgment by the Lord, creating a van with some psycho man driving around. Okay? Because and no righteous woman, that's not going to happen to a righteous woman. That's created for the wicked. All right? As a matter of fact, I'm thinking of a precept. I can't think of it. Sirach 19 and 19, the knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life. Yeah, you know, the woman who got caught in there, she's lucky she's alive. All right? That might have been grace for her to get her shit together. She ain't fearing the Lord. All right? And they that do things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality. Okay? Does it look like she's doing the fruits of what the Lord wants her to do? To receive immortality if she's getting raped in a van? Okay? And Issachar ain't that tall, man. He's strong as shit, though. I believe it. Okay? As a matter of fact, let's go to Book of Hebrews. Let's drop that real quick. Let's go to the blue letter. Let's go to Hebrews 11 and 6. Triumphs of Faith. Okay? That's the title of it. I'm in the blue letter. Hebrews 11 and 6. Through faith also Sarah herself received strength to conceive seed and was delivered of a child when she was past age, because she judged him faithful who had promised. Hold on. No, I'm bugging. Man, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for Hebrews 11 and 6. But without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Okay? He gonna reward you, man. He gonna save you. He gonna make sure you're good. But you gotta be diligently seeking him. Let me look at this word diligently in the blue letter while I'm here. What the hell? Look at that cross. Okay.
Strong's G 1567, exateo.
This is the word for diligently. It's exateo. It means to seek out, to search for, okay, to investigate, scrutinize, to seek out for oneself, beg, crave, to demand back, to require. Okay, you got to require the Lord, seek the Lord, okay? To seek for oneself, to beg, to crave, okay? You got to be like non-stop looking for him, okay? Let me read that again. Hebrews 11 and 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him, man. You got to have faith, man. And faith is a gift of the Lord, okay? Faith is a gift of the Lord, man. The book of Sirach 19 and 20. The fear of the Lord is all wisdom, and in all wisdom is the performance of the law, and the knowledge of his omnipotency. Ooh. Omnipotency. Define omnipotency. The quality of having unlimited or very great power. Let me read that again. Sirach 19 and 20, the fear of the Lord is all wisdom. And in all wisdom is the performance of the law. And you got to perform the law, man. Can't just read it and say, you know, you got to perform it. You got to walk in the law. Even though you can't get saved by the law, you still gotta walk in it. Okay? You gotta follow the Lord. Yahweh Shai, man. You okay? Let me jump over to Proverbs chapter 1. Proverbs 1. It says the usefulness of Proverbs. The Proverbs of Solomon, Proverbs 101. The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel. To whom, to know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding. Yeah, you got to perceive the words of understanding, man. You got to know wisdom and instruction. Where do you get that wisdom and instruction? You get it from the scriptures. You get it from the Bible, okay? You get it from the men of the Lord that can help guide you, okay? Proverbs 1 and 3, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgment and equity, to give subtlety to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion. Yeah, see? To the young man knowledge and discretion. Now we look into that word simple. Okay?
Strong's H 6612. Pethi.
Pethi. Okay? And it goes into foolish and open-minded, naivety, which is, I believe that's naive. Okay? To get that knowledge to the simple is meaning, so our people get out of this simple mindset. Okay? Getting that knowledge of the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Lord. Okay? We don't want our people walking around with Esau on their mind, man. We want them knowing they got a promise, letting them know they're Israel. Okay? They got to know these things. They can't be open-minded to the world, man. This world's evil. You know, that's why a lot of them got their fingernails painted, because that's being open-minded. That's being simple. You don't know there's a Lord. You ain't fearing the Lord. A lot of our men are wearing pink shit. Not pink clothes, but like their hair. They looking effeminate. They acting effeminate, Slakia. And some of them are looking effeminate. Okay? Not that that's a sin to wear different color clothes. I'm saying acting like it, you know, walking like it. Okay? Abstain from all appearances of evil, man. Effeminacy is evil. Okay? But you can tell who got the so-called white man in their mind, because he's perverted the minds of them. Okay? They're simple. Okay? Let's jump over to 1 Samuel 15. Damn, I should at least told him he was an Israelite. Maybe next time I see him, because that's the last. I tried it because I normally can't talk to them, but I point them to the sign, and they normally, get some understanding at least. The book of 1 Samuel chapter 15 and verse 22. And Samuel said, have the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord. Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams. Okay? Samuel's talking to King Saul, because King Saul was commanded to go kill all the Amalekites, okay, all the sheep, everything. And what'd he do? He brought back Agag. What'd he keep? The sheep that he thought was unblemished. And what'd he do? He was making a sacrifice. with one of their sheep he got from the battle. Okay, 1 Samuel 15:23. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity in idolatry. Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, he have also rejected thee from being king. Okay, and that's the same thing that can happen to us. Okay, we can be rejected just like King Saul. And a lot of us are rejected. And we weren't even given the commandment to do what he did. He actually followed the commandment maybe 98%. Okay? Look what happened to him. And some of us don't follow the law statute 0%. Meaning we didn't even go slay anything. All right? So King Saul's a good, and he felt bad right after. Okay? He wanted to repent. Okay? But the Lord didn't, that wasn't the Lord's will. Showing you the Lord can give you over to that spirit if he really wants to. If he wants to, he will. Okay? Lord put somebody to death for picking up sticks. So if anything, that was mercy on Saul. Imagine you picked up a stick on the Sabbath, man, and getting put to death. Okay? And you got to know these judgments, man. That's what these fringes were for. That's why brothers on the highways and byways wearing fringes now. Because that brother got put to death for picking up sticks. Okay? That's why we wear these fringes now. Because of him. You know? I bet you if that brother back here today, he got a phobia of sticks for some reason. You don't even know why. Okay? I'm just playing, but you never know. Because we have no knowledge of the past life. But that just shows you how terrible the Lord is, man. He put you to death for anything, for any reason. And you deserve death. Okay? You deserve it. How many Sabbaths were we not following? We just read in Nehemiah in the beginning, the 13 and 16, when they probably weren't celebrating the Sabbath. What do you call it? They weren't, because he was getting mad at them for rebuilding the fish gate. Nehemiah 13. All right, he had to set up the Levitical priest so he can stop doing that. And he was reminding them of what happened in Jerusalem for not following the commandments. And keeping the Sabbath is a commandment. Okay, so Nehemiah was strong, man. Okay, and he was praying a lot. You know, one thing I know about Nehemiah, he was praying a lot, man. Okay. Precept. Tell me. It's the book of it's the book of Micah, chapter 6 and verse 6. Wherewith shall I come before Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and bow myself before the high power? Shall I come before him with burnt offerings, with calves of a year old? Will Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai be pleased with thousands of rams or with 10,000s of rivers of oil? No, he ain't gonna be pleased with that, man. With your sacrifice. We just talked about that with King Saul. Okay? Your sacrifices and your lambs and oil and your money, the Lord don't want any of that. He wants you obeying those words. That a man shall not live by bread alone, but out everything that proceeded out of the mouth of the Most High. Roughly paraphrasing. Okay? So if you ain't got these scriptures in you, man, you probably not gonna make it, man. If you do make it, man, it's off the skin of your ass. Even though the elect gonna scarcely be saved. Okay? But you need to put on as the elect while you still got the chance. Okay, it's not hard to come out here and teach the word. If you got some of the oil, man, come out and teach the word. Okay? You got great examples. You got the brothers at Great Millstone. They've been doing this a long time, man. And they ain't complaining about doing the work. They just go out and do it. It becomes them. You start just walking in it, man. I'm starting to see it now, man. I'm starting to see a lot of the fruit that, you know, I'm not bringing in a lot of fruit, very little, but I don't know how much fruit I'm bringing, you know, I don't know. The Lord could be doing a miracle with me and you don't even know it, man, okay? But I see how he could increase my knowledge when it comes to scriptures. A lot of the things, when I go study, I be learning things all over again, man. Sometimes I'll just listen to a whole chapter. I'll listen to the audio book and just listen to the whole, I'll read it. That same chapter, I'll let it go over and over my head maybe 3 or 4 times. The whole chapter, man. Okay? Just hearing the words, man, and then it just sparks different thoughts in your head. You got to keep that fire going, man. Even when you off camera. When I'm off camera, I'm always thinking about the Lord, man. I'm always thinking about what I can bring out. Always looking for a video, trying to bring it out. But I also be praying for it, man. You know, I be praying for it, and then I noticed that, you know, some of my prayers be getting answered, which is a beautiful thing. Some of my prayers be getting answered. Sometimes you might think, damn, I ain't really got nothing to do. You know, I ain't got nothing to say. Just do a lesson on anything. It really don't even matter. Sometimes we overcomplicate things, man. It could be as simple as just bringing out a word, bringing out one scripture. You can make a 2-minute video. Sometimes that'll spark you to do another video. So sometimes don't always think you got to do a whole bunch of work, man, in order to get the word across, man. A little bit is a lot, man. This word is potent, you know. It's very potent, you know. Some brothers just be going over words and you be like, damn, oh shit, I didn't know that word meant, oh, I found this word, this means that in the Latin. Like that word Sophia, you know, when you go into the etymology of that word, that's a little thing you could do. It's only a couple things, you know, that's a beautiful, a lot of people don't know that, you know, and that really opens up your mind to how poetic the Lord is, man. It's very poetic. It is like this Bible embodies everything. That's good, that's bad. It's perfectly mixed with everything. I remember one brother said it was like it's like fiction, nonfiction, science fiction, romance, horror, sci-fi. You know, it's everything, man. It really is that. And on top of it, it's spiritual. Okay. Which is a category a lot of the world doesn't understand. Okay, that's a genre that's like, they make it look like ghosts and shit like that. Nah, spiritual meaning you gotta, it's your spirit gotta, you gotta have the spirit of the Lord. The Holy Spirit gotta be dealing with you to receive what's in the book. It's just like that, just like when Yahweh Shah died and said, nobody, let me go grab that real quick. Actually, am I done with this? Micah 6:6, wherewith shall I come before the Lord and bow myself before the high power? Shall I come before him with burnt offerings, with calves of a year old? Will Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai be pleased with thousands of rams, or with 10,000s of rivers of oil? Shall I give my firstborn for my transgression, the fruit of my body for the sin of my soul? He hath showed thee, O man, what is good, which is these laws, statutes, and commandments, and what doeth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with thy power. Okay? Yeah, should you give your firstborn son, man? He already did that with Abraham. As a matter of fact, let me go grab that. So book of Genesis, chapter 22:1. And it came to pass after these things that the Most High did tempt Abraham and said unto him, Abraham. And he said, behold, here am I. And he said, take now thy son, thine only son Isaac, whom thou lovest, and get thee into the land of Moriah, and offer him there for a burnt offering upon one of the mountains, which I will tell thee of. And Abraham rose up early in the morning and saddled his ass, and took 2 of his young men with him, and Isaac his son, and clave the wood for the burnt offering, and rose up and went unto the place of which the Most High had told him. Then on the 3rd day, Abraham lifted up his eyes and saw the place afar off. And Abraham said unto his young men, abide you here with the ass, and I and the lad will go yonder and worship and come again to you. And Abraham took the wood of the burnt offering and laid it upon Isaac his son, and he took the fire in his hand and a knife, and they went both of them together. And Isaac spake unto Abraham his father and said, my father. And he said, here am I, my son. And he said, behold the fire and wood, but where is the lamb for a burnt offering? You know, you walk with your son, man. You know you got to give him up for a sacrifice. And you got your firstborn son who the Lord's promised a covenant with you, and it's going to be passed down to your seed. Now the Lord's telling you to offer him up as a sacrifice. And then you got your son asking you, where you got the fire and the wood, but where's the lamb? Let me keep reading them. I know that was tough, man. And Abraham said, my son, the Most High will provide himself a lamb for a burnt offering. So they went both of them together. And they came to the place, I just want to note, it doesn't say, I just kept going, man. You know? And Abraham stretched forth his hand and took, and they came to the place which Most High had told him of. And Abraham built an altar there and laid the wood in order and bound Isaac his son and laid him on the altar upon the wood. And Abraham stretched forth his hand and took the knife to slay his son. You see, it doesn't say Isaac screamed for his life. And that's just like a lamb, man. When you slaughter a lamb ain't screaming for his life like these goats. And that's another thing showing you that that's the lamb, that's Yahweh Shah. Okay? Because when he went to Pontius Pilate, man, he stopped talking to him, man. All right? He wasn't begging for his life. That's that same spirit. He was King Solomon. He was Isaac. All right? He was Adam. All right? Genesis 22:10, and Abraham stretched forth his hand and took the knife to slay his son. And the angel of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, called unto him out of heaven and said, Abraham, Abraham. And he said, here am I. And he said, lay not thine hand upon the lad, neither do thou anything unto him. For now I know that thou fearest the Most High, seeing thou hast not withheld thy son, thine only son, from me. And Abraham lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, behind him a ram caught in a thicket by his horns. And Abraham went and took the ram and offered him up for a burnt offering in the stead of his son. And Abraham called the name of that place Jehovah Arah, Yahweh Yarah, as it is said to this day, in the mount of Yahweh it shall be seen. And the angel of the Lord called unto Abraham out of heaven the second time, and said, by myself have I sworn, saith Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, for because thou hast done this thing, and hast not withheld thy son, thine only son, that in blessing I will bless thee, and in multiplying I will multiply thy seed as the stars of heaven, and as the sand which is upon the seashore. And they shall, and thy seed shall possess the gate of his enemies. And in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed, because thou hast obeyed my voice. Okay, that's pretty much it on that, man. I peeled the whole layer off that, man. Okay? Just to show you, man, you got to obey the Lord, man. Okay? You got to obey the Lord. It's a little different than what Saul did. Okay? Saul didn't obey the Lord. All right? And Saul was anointed. But look at Abraham. Abraham obeyed the Lord. Okay? It's the book of Romans 4:3. For what saith the scripture? Abraham believed the Most High, and it was counted unto him for righteousness. Yeah, see, he believed, man. All right? You got to have that faith. And you got to have that faith mixed with belief. Okay? That belief was accounted for him as righteousness. You got to believe these things, man. You got to read the scriptures for yourself and be persuaded in your own mind. Okay? That's important that you do that. All right? I think Hebrews 4. This book of Hebrews 4. Let us therefore fear, lest the promise being left us of entering into his rest, any of you should seem to come short of it. For unto us was the gospel preached, as well as unto thee. But the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it. Yeah, you got to mix this faith with the belief. All right? That's how you get it, man. You know, Abraham had belief, but he had faith too. He said the Lord will provide a lamb. Okay? That's that faith mixed with belief, and it was accounted to him as righteousness. Okay? And we gotta learn from Abraham. Okay? We gotta learn that from him. Okay? It's the book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth, therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. Yeah, he only knows you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. He don't know these other nations. He ain't given the law, statutes, and commandments. They don't know how to please the Lord. Okay? Moses don't know these other nations. All right, that's why he punishes y'all like that. All right? You only have I known. All right? We're going overtime today, I see. The book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of the Most High and the law that endureth forever. Yeah, this whole book is the commandments, okay? Like I said earlier, that, there's 613 commandments, okay? The first 5 books was considered the law, but there's other laws, okay? There's other laws, statutes, and commandments. Like, for example, in the New Testament, it says long hair is a shame unto a man. That's in the New Testament. That's not written in the Old Testament. Okay? What else is there? What is it? I can't think of it right now. When the Lord went to Jerusalem and kept the Hanukkah, you got to keep that. I can't think of it, what they call it. I'm sorry. Salakia. Didn't brain dead on that. But that's another one. There's a couple of them. It's all throughout all the scriptures, man. Okay? It's throughout all the scriptures. Baruch 4:1, this is the book of the commandments of the Most High and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. Right. That's what Paul said. A lot of things that Paul wrote about. Okay? That your woman has no authority over a man. Okay? That they should be silent in the churches. You shouldn't have your head covered when you're prophesying. Okay? That's all New Testament. Those are commandments. Okay? That's why this is the whole book. And Baruch is not in the Old or the New Testament. The book of Baruch is put in the Apocrypha. Even though there is no Old or New Testament. It's just all one book. Okay? But for modern day time, just so you know, because a lot of people's Bibles, they don't got the Apocrypha. Like me, I got it separate. I bought an Apocrypha, or someone gave me an Apocrypha in the other book I just had. Well, actually, I went and bought that. But my KJV comes with the 66 books, the Old and the New Testament. It don't have the Apocrypha. Okay? Let me read that again. Baruch 4:1. This is the book of the commandments of the Most High, and the law that endureth forever. Yeah, the law endureth forever. Okay, even in eternity, even when the kingdom will come, these laws are going to be made. They're going to be uplifted. They're going to be followed. Okay. All they that keep it shall come to life. Yeah, if you keep the law, statutes, commandments, and you come into life. Okay? You understanding who you are. But such as leave it shall die. Yeah, you're going to die, man. Because you're going to be walking in the path of the world, and this world is going to be dead. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take heed of it. Yeah, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Walk in the presence of the light thereof. The light is this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. That thou mayest be illuminated. Yeah, your face is going to shine when you know this word. Your countenance is going to change. Give not thine honor to another. You don't give your honor to another, to none of these other doctrines, man. All these other gods. Nor the things that are profitable unto thee. Yeah, don't cast your pearls to swine, man. Okay? To a strange nation. Yeah, these heathens are strange. All right? Don't follow a multitude to do evil. Okay? You got these law, statutes, and commandments that were for you. Walk in the light. Be illuminated. Get out of the darkness, Jake. O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to the Most High are made known unto us. Yeah, they're made to us, Israel. Okay? Not y'all. Not y'all heathen. So-called Chinese man, he got Buddha. So-called white man, he got Cesare Borgia. Okay, but you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, y'all got the laws of the Most High, the commandments of the book. All right? Let me jump over to Romans 15 and 4. I'm gonna bring a couple more. I'm gonna close this up actually. It's the book of Romans, chapter 15 and verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning. Yeah, all these prophets, everything they went through, how they overcame adversity. Okay? That was written for our learning. Okay? That we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. Yeah, that we gonna be saved, man. Okay? That we might have hope. To know that the Lord's only dealing with the nation of Israel, that's going to give you hope. No matter what you're going through, you can't pay your bill, you can't, you know. Shit might seem like it's all over. What's life for? Nah, we got to suffer these sins, man, for the transgressions of our fathers. Micah 7 and 9. Let me grab that real quick. I'm chopping that up. That's why we wrote these things. This is why we're going through these things. Okay? For our learning. Micah 7 and 9. I will bear the indignation of the Lord because I have sinned against him. Yeah, we sinned. He gave us the law, statutes, and commandments on Mount Sinai, and we sinned. Moses broke the tablets the first time because of the idolatry we were committing. Okay? Until he plead my cause. Okay, plead goes into, let me look in that word plead. I looked in it before and I just literally forgot it, man. But I believe it goes into judgment. Okay? Micah 7 and 9. To strive to contend, to conduct a case or suit, legal, sue, to make a complaint. Yeah, so until he conducts that case, he got a case against us, man. And execute judgment for me. Execute judgment on Esau, man. He's the one giving us all this hell. Okay, we're in captivity still. All right? We need to be taken out of the hands of our enemies. All of these nations are our enemies. Ain't none of these nations, you got China, you got all this power, Russia got all these nukes. Ain't none of them coming to help you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They know all the different injustices this devil did to y'all. Never mind slavery. Never mind the Native Americans they slaughtered. Okay? And none of these, they so powerful, but they ain't doing what's right. Nothing can be right until everything is right. Okay? And it starts with you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. As long as y'all are being unjust, this world's gonna be bad. You don't treat the children of the Most High like that and think you get away with it. We had to pay for the transgressions of our fathers. You're gonna pay for the transgressions of your fathers. The book of Micah 7:9. I will bear the indignation of the Lord because I have sinned against him. Until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me, he will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness. Okay? So, that just goes to show you, man. Let me jump back to Proverbs. Because what I really want to talk about is this wisdom, man. This wisdom is the most important thing. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and 5. A wise man will hear and will increase learning. Yeah, he's going to hear the words that are being said, and he's going to go open up the Bible and read it for himself. Okay? Here it is. The whole world think the Lord's a white man. And he's not. That goes to show you what type of world you live in. These people, they don't know the Lord. That's why this place is wicked. Proverbs chapter 1 and 5. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels. Yeah, a man of understanding should attain to wise counsels, man. He gonna be listening to other brothers from the highways and byways. He ain't gonna be listening to these brothers in the world. You ain't gonna be like, what's his name from Sakari, chilling with the gangsters, talking about he's an Israelite. You know, that's not how you supposed to be moving. Where in the Bible does it say Israelites were repping sex? Now you from a tribe, man. If we had things like that, we already had things like that. As a matter of fact, the whole Sakari sect, that's a sect. All right? But those brothers over there, y'all gonna be waking up very soon, man. Because one thing's for sure, when someone shows you their horns, you better believe it. You don't believe it, then you deserve what comes to you. Proverbs 1 and 6, to understand a proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. But fools despise wisdom and instruction. Yeah, fools despise wisdom and instruction. Okay? And the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Like I was saying at the beginning of all of this. All right? The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. And that's what we need to be looking for. Okay? Just like Proverbs 11 and 4. All right? It's more precious than gold. All right, I'm over time. Let me end it here, man. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 1 and verse 26. If thou desire wisdom, keep the commandments, and the Lord shall give her unto thee. Her. It's like wisdom's like a woman. All right? This is your first love, this wisdom. Not these whores. That's not your wife. Okay? This wisdom. And once you divorce this wisdom, that allows these whores to rule over you. That's why you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, y'all need to come back to your true wife, which is this wisdom. Okay? Oh, slucky again. Sirach 1 and 26, if thou desire wisdom, keep the commandments, and the Lord shall give her unto thee. For the fear of the Lord is wisdom and instruction, and faith and meekness are his delight. Yeah, exactly. Faith and meekness are his delight. He delight in those things, man. Like he said in Hebrews 11:6, without faith it's impossible to please him, okay? All right. But I'm going to end it right there. Lord willing, that was edifying. I'm going to end it by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, that great millstone. Shalom, brothers. Shalom to the hopeful elect.